Ariel Helwani, Max Holloway, Atlanta, Georgia. Days away now from UFC 236. Max, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I know you do a lot of media before your fights. We're going to do something different.
Yeah, that's good. I actually wanted to leave.
You want to leave?
Yeah, when I saw your feet. I was like, wow. I
Why?
thought this is a sit-down interview, and, I didn't have to bring my heat on my shoes. And then over here, I'm doing an Ariel. Look at this guy.
These little things? These little bad boys?
Look at this guy.
You just came with, like, these shoes. Come on, dog.
That's right. Sometimes, Ariel needs some wins in his life. I don't know.
That's right.
He's been taking some L's lately. It's all right.
Oh, man. Okay. And accurate, but I appreciate that. So we're going to do something fun.
Yeah,
we're gonna go down memory lane here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Should be fun, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what we're going to show you, though, right?
I have no idea what's going on.
Okay, here we go.
Is that your fingerprint?
Yeah. You didn't know you could do that?
No, I didn't.
Touch ID.
Oh, that's cool.
Come on, dog. You're the champ.
That's cool. I don't got a laptop. I got somebody else that do laptops.
This is
Okay. Okay. How you guys get this? It's so dope.
And has no friends.
Hey, this is
What is this?
Pay your dues. Pay your dues. You know what's so funny? My brother was the pay your dues video before me. And he was since like what, 03, 02 I think. So his pay your dues video is up. And then when we did mine, it was like 2007. I was 10th grade, and I took over to pay your dues. So it's like it runs in the family. My older brother was the pay your dues man, but then was me. It was funny.
How old are you in this video?
I was 10th grade.
10th grade.
Yeah, 10th grade.
And what? This is for the school. This is for the Waianae High School.
This is for Waianae High School. Yeah.
Can I play one more time? Can I? Because it was so short. If I just play it again, will it play?
This is Lakin.
Who's Lakin?
Lakin was one of our, she's older than me, but there was one of our classmates. We was all inside the SP Seawriter Productions, which killed it this year in the SN Awards. So that's dope.
Look at you with that shirt.
Look at the blonde, dirty Q-tip hair.
You're the good guy in this video.
Yeah.
Lakin's the troublemaker.
Yeah, you gotta
paid your dues.
pay my dues so you can go to all the activities, like prom and stuff.
Right. How much were the dues?
The dues were only like $10.
Maximize your. The whole thing was built around you. The whole campaign.
Maximize, yeah.
You were a star even back then.
I was trying to be.
What do you before you play the next one? When you see that, where does it take you? Where are you at in your life then?
Good times, I was. I think so. In those videos, I was thinking of fighting, or I just started fighting.
Right.
So it was cool. Actually, that was 11th grade, so I was definitely fighting. Okay. And then after fighting and stuff, I had this newfound confidence. I was like, I was the actor. We got a lot of videos. I don't know what videos you guys gonna dig up some old ones. I know. On Twitter, someone just hit me with one of my old ones. I was like, my gosh, I used to use like 3X shirts.
Yeah.
You could see.
Speaking of which, let's see what we got here.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh, this is good. They won.
Tall, skinny, the average height. Big ears.
This is where we used to train. This is where I train all the way to my fourth professional fight.
At 135 pounds, Max Holloway is not your typical MMA fighter. Mixed martial arts is an evolving combat sport. Fighters use interdisciplinary forms to their advantage in a supervised match. It appeared in Hawaii in 1996.
Actually, I rewatched it a couple of weeks ago because someone tagged me.
Despite Max's physical appearance, his passion for being in the ring keeps him going.
Like when I step in the ring, I only can see the other person and hear my trainer calling.
That kind of focus is what led Max to a victory in his first fight after only 3 days of training.
People doubting me, all my cousins and telling me I couldn't do this, do that, I'm not ready. But Colin, Trice, Josh, Keanu, the whole team, Mutley's team is telling me, bro, you get this.
Yeah.
You got him, and I believed them.
Max's attitude reflects nothing of Waianae's reputation of chronic drug use, rising homelessness, and violence.
One of my best friends.
Max is determined to break the stereotype.
I fight for Waianae, like trying to show people that you're not a bad kid. Like, fighting in the ring is more better than on the streets.
That's the attitude we're trying to stop.
Where most parents would be concerned, Max's mother is supportive.
To me, it's good, but just make sure you have respect for your team and for your opponents.
Max's mother is a firm believer that actions speak louder than words.
Look at the mats. I never ever got any type of disease from those mats. People used to like.
To the point, I don't.
Yeah, that is crazy, right?
Yeah.
I like them be better.
But making your children better meant giving them a new home.
My mom and my dad, I knew they were heavy drug users, and then my dad would always beat up my mom. I think so that her drugs was like her medicine, like would calm her stress, but that's why she noticed that our life. She put our lives in front of her to give us to our grandma.
Despite his mother's struggle, he holds nothing against her.
She didn't give up on us, so like that pushed me more not to give up anything.
As for his father,
the last time I saw my dad was when I was like 10, 11 years old, and then
I got to see a lot of things at a young age.
I still pray for him, but like
I got to see
he has no use in my life anymore.
With his ability to let go, Max knows the harder he trains, the easier the fight will be.
That's the reason why he's good, is because he pushed beyond the pain, beyond what anybody said.
I get people destroy their own lives because they
no matter the obstacles Max faces, his views remain
Once I started
positive.
training, I
You shouldn't even give up. Like, what is that?
There's no way that's
like
gonna
that.
be me. You know, that was
if you give up, you certified a loser. If you try, you at least will win in your book.
That was like this is MySpace days.
Oh, okay.
And that SN thing that they do, that whole high school, they have a high school thing in the States, and then that you do and you can win. They won first place on this one. It was like a documentary version.
This is C Rider Productions?
Yeah, C Rider Production. Yeah. They won. What is it? SN? I'm brain farting right now. They just won a bunch though. They just had it again. They just won a bunch, and they actually won here. And this is when MySpace was huge, yeah.
Okay.
And this is like all over the country, so it had all kind of people. So when they aired this video, like a couple of days after, people was putting them in their bios, like your man Brett, you know, like how we said that, we should be friends. How I said that, people said that line, you know, like if what is that? Give up. If you give up, at least if you give up, you're a certified loser. If you keep trying, at least you'll win in your book. And
that you just made that up.
Yeah, it was on the skull. Yeah, of course you make that. I'm not gonna read that somewhere. That's
it's
horrible.
It's a great line for a kid. I thought it was very profound.
Yeah, you know, it just cut from a different cloth. You know, I had my grandpa, my grandma. I owed them a lot in my life, you know, because they took care of us. You know, I had a hard upbringing, but I did have a house over my head, a roof over my head. Right. I had hot food every day. I had clothes. I had whatever I needed. My grandma and them always made sure we had what we needed, and never more and never less, you know. And it's just I got to see bad stuff. You know, I was kind of seeing the bad stuff, but not, you know. So it was good.
Did you ever doubt, like, was there a chance where you may have gone down that path and never been able to come on this path? Like, were you ever on a path to doing really bad things and your life would be completely different than it is today?
You know, for sure, you know, like maybe like right when after I graduated, I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew I moved to Iowa a little bit, but like
Iowa?
Why? Yeah. To train. Yeah,
really?
We had my old training coach, Colin McKenzie. We knew this guy named Will Shutt, and this is the weird story. Like, I moved to Iowa because I had this guy named Will Shutt, and then in Iowa, Creston, Iowa, and what we were supposed to do, they was gonna open up a gym, and me and my coach there was gonna be the coach of striking, and then Will was gonna do like the ground stuff, and then that's where I fought for MCC, Midwest Cage Fighting, and I met Jeremy's manager. True there, yeah.
Okay.
True there. I fought for his event.
Wow.
You know, I wasn't even 18 yet. I had to lie. I lied on my age, you know,
wow.
and then you know, came full circle. You know, later on down the road, Jeremy needed someone to mimic Anthony Pettis, and then you know, one thing led to another. I ended up fighting Anthony Pettis, and now we're here.
It's crazy. You say in that clip, at that point you had not talked to your dad since you were around 10.
Yeah.
Have you talked to him since?
Yeah. Actually, when I went to Iowa, he lived in Virginia.
Okay.
He came up maybe like 1 or 2 times. We talk here and there now, but you know, like I said, it is what it is. You know, you know, I'm always about giving guys second chances and this and that and blah 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 whatever, and I did, you know, and but it's cool, you know. He still talk to us. He still try to reach us Now I might chat here and there, but some things you just gotta leave alone. You know, you just don't touch it. You know, I forgive him for everything he did. And that's the thing. That's the funny thing about people. You know, people always talk about like, oh, you gotta forgive this person, you gotta forgive that person. I'm like, I did. Just because I'm not gonna be a friend or hang out with you or talk to you, that doesn't mean I didn't forgive you. I forgive you. Like, look at my life. Look at how it's like going in the way. If I didn't forgive you, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be blessed with all these opportunities. You know, I forgive you. I give myself that peace of mind, that peace of heart, and we moved on.
If I would have told that kid that he'd be in the UFC on the verge of, you know, history here, 2 belts, all that stuff, would you have believed me?
That kid was his little cocky, Prick. So he probably, you know, I was down there, but he probably would have been like, I know. You know, I know. You know, that's the confidence. That's the confidence you need. That's the confidence I should have. You know, but now I know how to control it. You know, I know you don't have to be flamboyant about it or and humble, because like that kid right there, that kid was the Waianae Max that I talked about before. Right. The Waianae Max that walked around with a chip on his shoulder. The Waianae Max that thought that the world owed me stuff and this and that, and just a young kid that thought the world's supposed to give me something from where I was and the city I was because of the city I was from. So, and then when you get out in the real world and you find out, I think so that's why people come back and leave the city and come back to the city, because they go to the real world and they look, no one's giving you nothing. So they come back and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna live in this little bubble. Be like, yeah, people still owe me this and that, or whatever. So. Yeah, he probably would have told you, looked you dead in the eyes and told him, you know. That funny thing, you know, true story. When I was 16, my first 3 days, I trained 3 days. Yep. I didn't have $30, so that's why I took the fight. I took the fight because I didn't have $30. I can get in my first fight, you know, and watch some of my other friends fight. So 3 days I did, and then we went to it was like the last couple of days of 10th grade. We went back to school, and one of these guys, he was looking at us. He's like, oh. He was laughing. I remember, like, yesterday, he was laughing at my friend Josh. My friend Josh fought. He lost, but he got ripped off. Like, it was, like, a horrible, like, he beat the guy up for 3 rounds, you know, and he got ripped off. And then one of the kids asked him, or classmates, said, oh, what, you fought? He's like, oh, you did, you lost. And then he's like, yeah, I lost. And he's, like, laughing, the kid. And I was like, what? And he's like, what? Like, you fought too, I heard. I was like, yeah, that's all you did. I won. And then he was like, and he'd be quiet. And I told him, and if you watch K1, I'm going to be a K1 fighter. I look him dead in the eyes, and I tell him, I'm going to be a K1 fighter, remember. Because I got mad because he was teasing my friend about losing, and he wasn't even there, you know, so.
So was that the dream, K1?
K1 was the dream, you know. That's how I didn't even know Jens was a UFC fighter until after I saw him. The first fight I saw, he lost. He was fighting some type of Japanese dude in a K1 fight, and he was banging, and I knew he was a wrestler, but I didn't know what he did in UFC, you know. And I was watching him K1 kickbox. I was like, this guy's the man. It's not even his element, and he's whooping guys, you know. And that's how I got the nickname Little Evil. And then 2 years fast forward, that's when BJ Penn was coming up on his rise, you know, when I was graduating. And BJ Penn was on his rise, and I saw one of BJ Penn's things from Vegas. He made $30K. I was like, holy shit. Like in 10th grade, 12th grade, I'm like, this is a lot of money. I need to fight, you know. I mean, forget K1. We need to get into this MMA business, you know. And now we're here, you know. It's a lot of up and downs. It's funny, you know. My cousin, this is my real cousin off camera. His brother, like, I bet him. I have him in my phone still yet. I have a note. Go show my phone. I have a note that's still dated. I told him his name is Alan Boy. Okay. This is one of the stories. All right. I have a note that I wrote down, and it's still here. Okay. It's the first note.
Very first one. Wow.
$1,000 if I make him to UFC, Alan Boy said. And look at the date, so you know I'm not lying.
Wow. August 20th, 2009. Wow.
And then he didn't pay me up, and he was like he didn't pay me up for the longest. And then after the first Aldo fight, he gave it to me. He gave the check. But I told him, bro, you owe me like. You know, in debt. Oh, yeah. You owe me. His thing was, he kept telling me, was like, I told you you're gonna get into the. You told me you was gonna get into the tough house. I was like, you should give me $2,000 because I skipped that part. that part is like, to get into the tough house, like, is whatever. You know what I mean? And if you come to the UFC, like, it's almost guaranteed if you're in that house, you're gonna be on the finale. Sure. You know what I mean? Like, I did it a different way, and I'm only 4-0. I was like, come on, you gotta give me. And then he would never ever give me. He made me, after one of my fights, he bought me a video game, one of the Modern Warfare games, Call of Duty games. Yeah, I remember $6. Like, we even. I was like, no. You owe me $940 because this game was $60. You know what I mean? And but he gave me a check.
Is he coming?
No, he's at home. He's in Hawaii.
What's his name? Alan Boy.
Alan Boy. Yeah.
Alan Boy, pay this man.
Yeah, he did. He paid me after that.
I want more. I want inflation. That's right.
What I'm talking
about. If you get the 2 belts, let's pay him.
That's what I'm talking about.
You all good? All good? Oh yeah.
Oh, you want to show it?
I can't believe that you still have that. There it is.
I'm keeping this. Oh, that's privacy screen, girl. If you're looking from the side, you can't see. It's straight on.
Trying to creep?
Oh, you're trying to creep on my phone. That is exactly why we're at that. And then I can back out. You can look at the date. The date is at the bottom. The very first one.
You remember writing that?
I remember.
Wow.
I remember this day because I was walking. We good? Yeah. I was so they live right next door from me, my cousins, like right next door, and I was at his fence, and he what was he still in school? Did he get hurt yet? No. He never get hurt yet, huh? So he was like going to school for baseball. Okay. He's a badass pitcher, an outfielder, and I remember he's leaving. He's getting ready. I think he was getting ready to leave, or he was about to leave to go somewhere. And I was on my side of the fence, and I told him, and he was like, "Oh, you graduated. What you gonna do? Like, you graduated. What you gonna do?" And I was like, "I'm being a UFC fighter." And he's looking at me. He's like, "Yeah, right." He's like, "You're not gonna be a UFC fighter, blah blah blah," because like, I guess it was small-minded thinking, And then, because even my older brother, when I told him I was going to be a UFC fighter, I remember that one too. But we finished this story first. I told him, yeah. He's like, I'm going to be a UFC fighter. I was like, $1,000. He was like, $1,000. I was like, bet, $1,000. I'll write it down in my notes. And when I become a UFC fighter, I go show you. And I wrote it in the notes, and then I showed him, and he's like, "Bah, you said the house." He makes the most lies. Like every time he loses.